Yeah, hello everyone and welcome to round 3 of the AOR PC GT3 League here on Project Cars, and we are driving around Road America. So yeah, this was also the first race of the first season. So we are finally returning to this track, which is a track I quite enjoy actually, much more than the Donington Park. Coming around the final corner for our qualifying lap. I was a little bit out of practice, I really have to say. My PB before the session was a 207.3, I think. So not really good. We're just trying to improve on the 207 flat we set. So just after the left AstroTurf here, down to third gear, running wide a little bit. Was not good. Just waiting here for the wall on the left side. Down to second gear. This exit here was much better. I think that's turn 3. Now somewhere here is turn 4, and turn 5 is the next braking zone. So quite weird. Just waiting for the AstroTurf again here. A little bit beforehand we'll break down to second gear. This corner is quite tricky sometimes with wheel spin, but we managed that well. A little bit cautious also. And that's an improvement in the first sector. We don't know how much. And this right-hander, he is almost flat out. Almost short lift from us. And braking down for the next left-hander, second gear again. And this right-hander here is coming up now is quite enjoyable because you can drive so much different lines through there. We're taking quite a middle line in order to get a good speed out of the corner, which we did. Again, a short lift here for this right-hander. So far, quite good lap. Also an improvement in the second sector, as you can see here. And just waiting for the fourth brake mark or something, down into second gear. Watch the curb here on the outside. Sometimes it's quite bumpy there. Again, a short lift for this left-hander. And now waiting for the final corner to brake down to second gear. A little bit cautious because I felt it was a quite good lap for me. Should be an improvement. Up the hill, and there's the finish line. What time will it be? At 2:06.4 or almost 5 tenths faster than my previous lap. So it's very yeah, I was happy with that. P14 in the end, almost the same finish for us like in Donington. Massa taking pole again in front of Maisie Bronski. After all, Mini Black Khaki and Rex Silva and Nostra. Quite good qualifying from both of them. Son of Ma, Pedro Kinisby, Tipple and me. Martin van der Bent, a very quick guy from season 1, returning now for season 2. Yoki, an absolute legend on the Project Cars game. He's only in P16, but yeah, he's strong in the race. Same is for FizzyFan91, Poppleton, Ryan, Jepper, Miles, Wise Guy, and Cruisen, I think there was. And AJ disconnected in the qualifying and couldn't join for the race. Actually, he started, I think, and he disconnected as well. Now about? I don't know. Yeah, we're having a night race. I did mention that in the lights are out, and we're getting not a very good start. Kinsby also does not, and there's an incident in front of us between Pedro and Nostra. Nostra spins right off the track there. Quite unfortunate for both of them. I think it was a slight race incident, and we're getting sideways here on the inside, and we're getting a penalty for corner cutting, which is not too good. Yeah, now down to last place. Terrible start, absolute terrible start from us. The complete opposite of what we did in at Donington, where we had quite a good start, quite good first lap. Now we're overtaking. Nostrum has some damage on his car. I think he pitted at the end of lap 1, braking quite late for the right-hander, but not making a move on Wise Guy, although he's quite slow here at the entry of the corner. And there's oh god, who was that? Was that Kinisby who spun? I think it was Kinisby. And Massa, I forgot to name him. He also had an incident at the start, and now he's 2 places far up the road, so P18. So very bad start from him as well into this race. And actually, again, I was not sure about the type where I went with the softs on the rears and the mediums at the front, which was not too bad idea. I think I thought, and just try to do not have to make a stop. Although it's quite new for all of us to race in the night, which will be quite exciting. I think it was really hard to concentrate. It was sometimes very difficult to watch the braking zones and the apexes. So yeah, it was quite. Oh, as Ryan Smith and Cruisen have some slight contact ahead at this corner, we're making up a few places again. So P18 now for us. And I was also not sure about my pace. So yeah. We just see how it goes for this race. Now we have CQR miles in front of us, who we also know quite well from the last race. He's in the Ginetta, I believe. Yes, that's the Ginetta. And we have better straight line speed than him going up the inside, maybe into turn 1. No, we're not. Braking quite a cautious cruise and braked later than us. But he's not gonna hang around the outside here. Again, braking a little bit too early. Just have to find our braking points in the night, which is I mean, you have to brake earlier in the night, and also because of the full tank and stuff like that. So yeah. But P18 is not too bad. Oh, we lost 4 position of the start. Yeah, but considering that we were last after the first corner, this is quite good. As CQR spins right off the track after this corner, which is a quite tricky one on the traction, really have to say. And we're on P16 because also Silver Arrow, I think, pitted because he had some car damage. Now we are right behind Pedro. Cruisen is hanging with us, and we're catching up to the guys in front, Poppleton, Pedro, and I think that's Fizzy in front in the BMW. And Poppleton makes also a mistake, almost the same mistake as CQR Miles, and Pedro was quite slow through that corner, maybe going up the inside. If we brake later than him, no we do not, but he is braking a little bit too late for his standards, and it allows us to go through up to P14 where we started, so that's quite good after the first corner we had. And can this be disconnected also, I think?
No, I think it's only...
So we're now behind Fizzy, and on lap 6 nothing really changed. We're at the back of this queue. I think Andrix were holding them up because he had some damage. He was further up the road, far further up the road at the beginning of the start, but now he suffered from some car damage, some severe car damage through the entire race, so he was not able to hang it with the fast guys with this damaged car. And you can see we're already closing up on the straight, because they also had not the best straight line speed, and we'll just settle back. We don't want to make it 3 wide into turn 1. Bring a little bit beforehand. Oh, that's Fizzy and Andrix making slight contact, I believe at least, because you see now what happens. We're getting a tap back from Andrix, and we're getting a painful corner cutting, and again a tap from Fizzy. And after the race I asked them about it, and they said, at least Fizzy said, he didn't touch me on his screen, so yeah, it was probably a lag incident. So I also discovered on not on AJ's, on Pedro's screen, I think on lap 5 or 6 or something, as the car has spun as well. That was after all 14. So in Pedro's video I saw that I was off the track at lap 6 after the long right hander, and that was definitely not me. It was a lagging car or something. So I was lagging a little bit on the other screen, and I was feeling contacts where they didn't touch me. So It was quite unfortunate. So after being for about 5 seconds into P11, which would have been so great, our pace was not too bad. So now again down to P14. Oh no, I'm coming on the curb here, and that's a slight wall contact, a major wall contact, but I'm not sure if the car suffered from some damage afterwards. I thought it was a little bit, but not too major. And on lap 9 we catch up to Andrex. Fizzy got past him. Andrex is really struggling with this damaged car at the moment. With Poppleton behind us. So we lost 9 tenths in that first sector to our PB on lap 9 already, which is not really good. Actually I was quite suffering from understeer. I don't know if that had to do with this contact with the wall we had as... Oh my god, I think that was Fizzy and Cruisen who had some slight contact here. And Fizzy dropped back all the way down here. Lost 2 places to Andrex and Cruisen. And now we're right behind him. And we just try to deal with that maybe slight damage we have. Not and again running wide here. So the understeer was very real. Also a deciding factor on that, as we can, was a little bit unconcentrated here through that section. What did I want to say? I don't know, I forgot it. And on lap 10 we're again behind this group. We can hang with this group, but the others are pulling away massively, and Poppleton catched up again as we coming sideways here on the curb, and yeah, we couldn't make it.
That's fine.
We just slided into the way of Poppleton. I hope he did not suffer from some damage afterwards. It was really my fault. I spun on the curb and I slided back to the racing line, which was not really good for him, or neither for me. So yeah, down to P14. We were in P13 for some reason, I don't know. And Silva, who made a pit stop, is only 4 seconds behind us. So that's now you can see how much time was. Although he was faster, of course he was faster, but you can see the last lap times we did 2:13 and 2:14. We could do 2:10s or 2:9s. Yeah. Really slow. We're really slow at the moment. We're not making a move on Poppleton. Back on the inside here, turn... I think it's 5. I'm not too sure, but I think it's turn 5. As Ryan Smith disconnects or quits this session. And just hang on with Poppleton, who catched up to us, but I think he also really had some... slight damage on his car, because he was not pulling away too fast at the moment. And now on lap 12, Silver's right past, and again we are understeering right off the track, and Silver goes past. And now Jeppa is behind us, also pitted, I think, or had to pit, or was, yeah, not too fast in this race was Jeppa. And we really lost some time, so 2:12 was the last lap, which is not good at all. It's not good at all. It's not going well after that double contact and the contact with the contact with the wall we had on lap. Oh, what was it? Lap 7? Yeah, it was lap 7. Now Jeppa is right behind us. We just tried to defend from him, and was not sure about the tires. I just you can see on the indicator here on the right. They're not looking too good, in fact. Was not sure if I could make it to till the end. Yeah, actually, after the race I should have pitted now on this lap, or even before with that maybe slight damage. I'm not too sure, but the understeer was really hard at this moment, and the tires were not going well with them. What I also discovered, my tire wear was much more severe than other cars had. For example, Notzer, who was also in the Audi, went for the softs, and he made it through. 27 laps or 26 laps after he pitted from at lap 1, and Jeppard tries to make a move on us, and yeah, that was not really clean from him. He braked too late and pushes off the track, and he also ran off the track. He didn't wait for me. It was not too major. I didn't complain about it because yeah, the race wasn't going well anyway. Braking too late again, and now Nostra is right behind us, and I was quite depressed at this moment because the race didn't went well in the first lap, but after that until lap 7 everything went fine. We made places up through the field to P11 for 5 seconds, and then that happened, and I should have gone to the hots. Absolutely, because now on lap 15 I can tell you I already felt the vibrations on my wheel, and that's not a good sign, so there was no way I can go until the end with these tires. Now I'm not just right behind him, not defend, we will not defend too hard from her, I think, because he's also fighting for some manufacturer points maybe. And he's going through on the inside. Quite a good move from him, straightforward move from him, braking later than us. And we're actually not too far behind Andrex and Fizzy and the whole group there. So I mean, they hadn't had a good race either. They had some damage on the car as well. So I was not the only one who suffered from bad luck in this race, by far not. And on lap, yeah, we're now on in P17, out of the points paying position. I cruised and dropped a little bit back from this group, but I decided to pit at this stage because there was no way, absolutely no way I could go further laps on these tires, so I pitted. Luckily for me, I prepared a pit strategy, not like the last race, so we should be fine. Going now into the pits, we will not lose too many positions, maybe 2 or 3, and just hope that we can put in some decent laps and catch up to some of the guys afterwards later in the race, because I mean they were doing 211s or something, and I know if I now have the fresher tires, the soft tires, I went for the soft tires of course, I will have a huge advantage. So we're now on P18 behind CTO miles. Wise guy behind us 6 seconds, and I think he'll catch us as well. As the pit lane is quite long here. Here he goes. Yes, he takes us. We're trying not to lose too much time behind him, as we are almost right behind him a second, because we want to catch the guys in front of maybe we have maybe a slight chance to gain points after we weren't able to do that in our first race in the Elite League, so that would be good after the incidents and some mistakes and the start we had, so that would be the best I could do for now. So Wise guy running a little bit wide. He's defending here through this corner, but he runs a little bit wide. No. He makes the corner. Oh, now here his car suffered from some understeer, of course, because his tires are older, and now we're going up the inside with quite an aggressive move from us. We're going to dive move also, and we're leaving him room here for the inside through the right hand. Can we hang it around the outside? Maybe. Nah, not really, still side by side, and I don't want to do it side by side through this corner, so I let him through again. So we try to make a move on the next braking zone, braking late, but the Wise guy brakes later than us, and that was too late for his car. Couldn't get it slowed down, and we take that position. P18 now, and we were, oh, I didn't see the gap, sorry, I think it was 10 seconds or something to CQMS, and now we're on lap 24 and we are only 1.4 seconds, and you can see the times I was doing. Before 2:21 I was doing 2:07.8, 2:07.8, 2:07.7 and stuff like that. Lap 22 was not too good, but I was very consistent on my pace after the pit stop, which was quite surprising actually. And now we are right behind CQMS, and we don't want to that he holds us up. We have we can see the cars here in front, and we were catching them so massively on the last laps. It was very incredible. I think it was more than 3 seconds per lap, and yeah, we can quite late through this corner. Now we're right behind him. It's almost the identical situation we had with Wiseguy the last lap, and now we're maybe making move up the inside again. Gives us a little bit more room than Wiseguy did. It was not too aggressive from us. I just hope it was not too aggressive move. And we're taking P15, so we're already in the points, which is very good. And Cruisen is now 9 seconds in front of us. So let's see what we can do in the last 2 laps, because we were lapped, so we only have 2 laps remaining. And now we're on lap 26, almost until the end of the race, and we're right behind this group, running a little bit too wide. And this group was battling for the whole race, Fizzy, Andrex and Cruisen, which was amazing. But we're not making, and we don't have any chance to do a move if they don't make any mistakes. A bit of lagging going on from Cruisen, and he breaks for this corner, and we tap into him, and he lags in front, and that was it. I didn't touch him, I think, on this screen because he lagged forward after that, but it was clearly some content again for me. And yeah, that was the last corner of this race, and as you can see, we are in P15, so grabbing some points finally after a disappointing first race. Well, this race was not going good, and went not well either, but it was better. It was better. My pace was better, more consistent sometimes, and yeah, here we have the results. Maisie wins in front of F1 Massa, who made up to the field. To second, Kaki third, Brownski, Son of Martin van der Bent, Yoki only in 7th, I think he pitted, which was not a good idea for him. Mini Black in 8th in front of Tipple. Silva and also made some good positions after they made the pit stop. They were forced to a pit stop. Andrex only in 12th and Fizzy in 13th after their car damage. Cruisen in 14th, good rookie result for him. Me in 15th, Miles, Wiseguy, Poppleton, Jeppa, after all 14, Ryan and Pedro and Kinisby, who all didn't finish the race. And here we have the championship standings. Brownski leads 1 point in front of Kaki at the moment, because yeah, he's in front. Yeah, Maisie with 2 strong results this season in 3rd, Andrex, Tipple, Son of Mar, Silva in 7th in front of Masas, Fizzy in 9th after all, Pedro, Jeppa, Mini Black, and yeah, I'm in 23rd with 2 points at the moment. I just hope that next race is Sakito, I think, which is quite similar, which is a part of the track of Suzuka, so we know this track, and on the last F1 track we raced was Silverstone, so we should be not too bad on this track, I hope. Next week, and here the manufacturers, then Aston Martin is leading 8 tenths in front of the Roofs, BMW in 3rd, we are in 4th with the Audis, McLaren 5th, and the Ginetta only with CQMS in 6th. And then was it for Road America? Quite a long video, I really have to say, but it was quite action-packed actually. And I see you next time out at Sakito. I hope I can do better again, and see you there. Bye bye.